I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Merrill Winter.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Merril Winter, and let me say how honored I am to be named Talmid of the Year. When Rabbi Kahn asked me to be honored as Talmid of the Year, I was taken aback. Why me? Rabbi Kahn's response was that I was a fine Jewish man with a beautiful story that needed to be shared. Though I'm Jewish, I didn't feel that I was Jewish enough to be worthy of this honor. I was raised in Flushing, Queens, and my Jewish upbringing was typical. We had a mezuzah on our front door. I loved Fiddler on the Roof, and I went to see the show with my mom. In fact, the soundtrack often played in my family's home, and my Jewish education ended after I was bar mitzvahed. We celebrated the major Jewish holidays. Our extended family would get together for Rosh Hashanah and the Passover Seders, and everyone enjoyed my mom's wonderful cooking. And I remember breaking my Yom Kippur fast with special foods prepared by my mother. While I have wonderful memories of these family get-togethers, I did not know the significance of the holidays, nor did we ever attend temple or synagogue. I once went to an Orthodox synagogue with a friend on Simchat Torah, and I remember getting a flag with an apple, but I didn't know what was going on and felt uncomfortable and out of place. Recently, I retired from J.P. Morgan Chase, where I was a human resources manager. In my case, now at the age of 62, I am beginning to learn about my heritage, which is to say, I am starting at the beginning of my Jewish education. Better late than never. In December 2015, my mother, Merril Winter, may she rest in peace, began to experience a decline in her health. Her doctor recommended hospice care at home. The hospice coordinator asked if I would like to have a rabbi visit my mother, and I said yes, I would. Every Friday, Rabbi Joseph Stern would visit my mom. We both looked forward to his visits, and it was Rabbi Stern who officiated at her funeral. There wasn't a minyan at my mother's funeral, so it was extremely important to me that there should be a minyan at her unveiling. Rabbi Stern arranged for a minyan. One of the men who came to make a minyan at the cemetery was Michael Reminick, our master of ceremonies here tonight. A short while later, I received 3 heartwarming phone calls, one from Rabbi Kahn, a second from Rabbi Akiva Schutz, and then from Rebbetzin Kahn. Michael Reminick had told the rabbis how he had met me and that I was perfect candidate to benefit from Center for Return programming. Soon afterwards, I was invited to have dinner with the Kahns at the Bayit. After an evening of feeling welcomed, respected, and valued, I was open to learning more about what Center for Return could offer me. The timing was impeccable. I felt a strong need to do something to honor my mother's memory. I wanted to elevate her soul. I was told there could be no better way to honor my mother's memory than to learn about my Jewish roots and heritage. I began learning on a regular basis with Rabbi Alec Hecht, the Center for Return rabbinic intern. Together with Rabbi Hecht, I learned Jewish ethics, halacha, and chumash. Today, I'm part of the Center for Return community, which embraces me regardless of my current level of knowledge and observance. This past year, there have been many firsts in my life. I started learning Torah and Jewish law. I started wearing tefillin. This past Sukkot was the first time I ever ate in a sukkah and made the blessing over a lulag and etrog. For the first time in my life, I prayed in an Orthodox synagogue and went to a Selachat service. For the first time in my life, I have interacted with Torah-observant Jews and discovered how comfortable they have made me feel. It's true, I still feel intimidated when I'm in shul and everyone is davening in Hebrew and I don't understand what's happening. But the intimidation subsides when I remember that I'm amongst my Jewish family. I know I am surrounded by a community of Jews caring about other Jews. July 12th, 2017 was the last day I said Kaddish for my mother, and it was also the day I got my pair of tefillin, which I don every day. I am very aware of my connection to Hashem, and now have a spiritual strength I've never felt before. This week is Hanukkah, which we mark by kindling lights on the menorah. I associate the kindling of these lights with my newfound connection to Judaism. And just as we light an additional candle every evening of Hanukkah, so too I hope and pray that I can constantly be adding to my understanding of Torah and my performance of mitzvahs. Center for Return has been guiding me on a magnificent journey back to my heritage and continues to guide me, and for this I am eternally grateful. Thank you all very much. Happy Hanukkah.